Welcome to the second game, or second series, I should say, of the day. Violent Ends Act 2. This series is going to be UltiBahamut versus TheMista, and as usual, UltiBahamut is playing random, TheMista playing as beta. TheMista going with single factory opening, as he always does. UltiBahamut sending his Mother Goo to grab this geyser, as we generally see, and TheMista is going to actually circle around this path with his opening scout rather than going straight down the center to avoid his opponent's scout. He doesn't even know what faction his opponent is yet, but he's avoiding the scout regardless, just to go straight towards the base, and once he arrives at the spawn, he will see that his opponent is goosed, so there will be no headquarters there. And he's already getting a second factory. He purchased that second factory before seeing anything. Completely blind. He's probably going to be pretty happy with that decision, though, now that he knows that his opponent is goo. I think he spotted the mother there. He either spotted the mother or he saw that the geyser wasn't spouting gas. One of those two things happened. Obviously, he knows about that there's a drover in his base now, so mystery solved. And commandos are cranking out. And he's actually going to just leave with that commando. Doesn't want to lose it to a small protean, early small protean, I guess. In fact, he's probably happy if his opponent goes second mother, because he's obviously cranking up the aggression here, and it's a lot easier to take on two mothers with a few commandos than it is to take on a mother and a small protean. Drover's continuing to look for opportunities here. May be able to kill this commando. Help is on the way. And he brings it to about half. No, less than half. Still chasing. He will be forced off, though. Is one hit from dead. Almost. And commandos continue to get cranked out of these two factories. It's probably going to be a while before TheMista can get to his second refinery. And there it is. UltiBahamut is going to risk it. Going two mothers against that double factory opening is so dangerous. It is so dangerous. He's going to basically have to delay and distract with one drover. Oh. Okay. So much for that plan. It's going to come down to whether or not he can now defend these two mothers against early aggression. He'll probably be able to, because TheMista has been tied up there in his base for a long time. Very long time. Throwing one commando just on this turret. Harvester line. And UltiBahamut is going to morph drovers. Now, his second small protean is going to be a while. Commandos will probably win this. Narrowly. I mean, it's honestly still pretty even. More commandos are on the way. Mista trying to split himself up a little bit more. 3 commandos is only going to be able to do so much, and another small protean will be able to morph very soon. Does get a little bit of light harassment on that mother before it hides there on the mountain. And more commandos are on the way, and a second refinery is probably, yep, on the way very soon. Throwing it up on that small hub. And he has halted all construction in this factory. He's probably going to get one more commando out of this one before stopping construction there as well. And meanwhile, an engagement is about to be rejoined down here. Only 3 commandos against 6 drovers. Definitely not going to be able to win that. The mother's going to take out the wall. Drovers will easily be able to force away this early harassment force. So he does not get punished for his decision to go double mother. It was a bit of a risk, a bit of a gamble, but it's definitely paid off. And he should be able to springboard from that into the mid-game. Tank attachment going up here in the Mista's base. I've seen him get Predators a lot earlier than 4 minutes in the past. Decided to go Commandos this time. Waited for his second refinery to complete before really cranking up production. Looks like this force of Commandos here in the middle put a nice dent in UltiBahamut's Drovers, though. He's going to re-engage. Probably going to lose this, though. Does take out that Commando, but loses 2 Drovers, not trading them all that effectively here. But a third mother just got spawned, and it looks like we're going to see a fourth. Still continuing to be very greedy. And there goes the final drover. Will not be able to scout the base. More commandos getting cranked out. This mother is probably going to successfully sneak over here to the right side. 5 commandos against 4 drovers. 5 commandos will definitely win. Drovers going in a little prematurely here. They're definitely going to have to pull back. He loses 1, maybe 2. Yep, 2 drovers go down. That hurts. That hurts, and there's 5 commandos knocking on his door. If he doesn't spawn some small proteins soon, he's going to start taking some serious harassment, and predators are probably already on their way. I think that's the first one. Yeah, that's the first predator right there. It's going to be a while before it gets there, so small proteins will still perform relatively well. But he has got to do something about this creeping towers. Getting closer and closer. Soon he's not going to be able to harvest very safely. Morphs some more drovers. Commandos scouting over here. This one could make a small protein if it wanted to. He does catch those commandos while they're not paying attention and takes them out before they can hop on the tower. This mother's actually going to try and take that tower down. He's going to be taking a lot of harassment in the meantime, though. He does not manage to take out that commando before he hops in the tower. He may be able to screen... No, I don't think so. I mean, he's going to try to screen these commandos away from this one, but there's only 3 drovers. He can only do so much, taking a lot of harassment, a lot of damage, and the predator is going to be here very soon. Only 1 drover left now. He will be able to clear out this turret, and 2 more small proteins have made it down to the engagement to assist. But again, morphing only drovers, he won't be able to get rid of these turrets, and the predator is going to be a very serious threat. Meanwhile, I'm not even sure UltiBahamut has noticed, but he is getting harassed over here on the right side by a single commando, which is keeping his production pretty much at a standstill. He's actually going to try and glob over that commando, and oh, TheMista is not watching. He will lose that commando and probably also that tower. More predators and stalkers on their way towards the center here. And the drovers are doing quite well, taking out everything that's not a predator. Predator probably isn't going to be able to survive against this many drovers, but it will be able to engage cost effectively, taking out quite a few of them before it goes down. And drovers are just falling left and right. And meanwhile, in TheMista's base, we're now on to a 3rd refinery, transitioning quite nicely into that 3rd refinery. He's only got 3 factories cranking, so that 3rd refinery will easily be able to pay for a 4th refinery soon. And UltiBahamut's economy has been pretty much at a standstill for ever since he made this 4th mother. TheMista keeping him very, very occupied, making small proteins to try to get rid of those predators. The last of the drovers has been taken out. But a large protean just got spawned. Morphs destructors. I have to be very careful with these. If either of them die, it's going to be a very serious problem. Destructors will help put a dent in these wall towers. Definitely do a good job of scaring away any predators. 4 destructors now. UltiBahamut has somehow managed to squeeze those out despite the immense amount of harassment pressure he's been under. Meanwhile, over here on the right, TheMista is trying to harass this mother. Looks like he's gonna succeed. That predator is a very serious problem. Doesn't really have a solution to it. And there's just a beautiful split between that commando and predator. That mother's in a lot of trouble. He's got to get that thing out of there. He is sneaking another mother up here to the north, however, and harassment of his main base area is pretty much ending as TheMista has transitioned his forces over there towards the right side, which has allowed these destructors to clear out yet another tower and a predator that was sitting on it. And it looks like another mother just got morphed. That is a greedy decision. That's kind of scary. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to really defend that. Mista continuing to scout around various forces. His stalker will locate that mother. Meanwhile, destructors are about to clear out the last of the towers here. And I don't think he has a destructor splash yet, but he'll probably have it very soon, and he's completely unopposed up here in the north, and TheMista will definitely need to send a force up there to clear that out before he takes over that entire area of the map. Map control is obviously the name of the game, right now. They're very much contesting the bottom right side and center. And it looks like a destructor could go down. There it goes. 2 destructors now remain of his original 4, although he definitely inflicted heavy damage with them. Ooh, a stalker just got caught. More destructors just got morphed. This game's just on a razor's edge. I'm not really sure which way it's going to go yet. We have more production and a 5th refinery going up, or a 4th refinery, excuse me, 4th refinery going up here in the Mista's base. Artillery attachment, probably going to be getting himself some hailstorms soon. We've also got an air attachment on a hangar, so we could see warbirds this game, and I think that'll be the first time in the tournament we've seen warbirds produced at all. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. It's not a very popular unit, let's just put it that way. Another stalker gets caught. More harassment making its way across the middle. We've got a second mother getting spawned up here. UltiBahamut definitely trying to strike a good balance between economy and units, but I think he's leaning a little heavily on economy, up to 7 mothers now, whereas Mista is only on 4 refineries, and Mista definitely has quite a presence on the map. And I think UltiBahamut is struggling to keep up with that, relying very heavily on this one squad of destructors to protect him. And the Mista is just spreading himself all over the place in a way that his opponent can't really afford to yet. But he's definitely going to have to start taking out mothers soon. If UltiBahamut's economy is allowed to spiral out of control, it's going to be a serious, serious problem. He does catch this mother, deals a hefty amount of damage to it, and there's a warbird. There is a warbird. And the aerial harassment begins. He's probably going to be making quite a few of those, and no Stratuses. He hasn't made a single Stratus. He's probably going to be utilizing his warbirds as both scouts and combat units. Harassment happening here in the middle. The destructors are moving to protect. We've also got harassment making its way towards the top. This harassment is backed off completely from the bottom, interestingly. But more destructors have been morphed. Takes out that harassment force easily. This one's probably also in quite a bit of danger. UltiBahamut's economy is definitely starting to get a little bit out of control. This one's going to be morphing destructors soon to protect itself as well, but I don't know if that's going to be enough against what's coming. Tempest just got morphed over there. And there is absolutely no goo over here on the right side. Mista probably needs to start thinking about expanding out of his base. Still on 5 refineries, he's going to be mining this river pretty hard. He may want to consider an expansion here now that he's got pretty decent control over this area. Ooh, crescents! Look at that. Mista notices in time. Oh, those crescents need to get to safety. Hiding up on the mountain, and there's no air units, no form of mountain vision to force that mother and crescents off of their cliff. Man, there's so many engagements happening. They are both all over the map. But look at this! UltiBahamut getting very aggressive, charging straight into the base, although he takes a nasty hit from that hailstorm. And it looks like he may be forced to disengage here. Oh, he's going to take a lot of damage. Oh no, it'd be such a shame to lose all these destructors. He maybe will take out a extractor. Oh god. Nice usage of the hailstorms there. All of those destructors just got taken out. The hailstorms also get taken out, but I think UltiBahamut lost a lot more there than his opponent did. That being said, Mista has to trade very cost effectively at this point. UltiBahamut's economy is spiraling a little bit out of control, as he is sitting on 8 mothers. Just 4 more and he'll be capped. But the Mista definitely needs to ramp up his economy if he's going to keep pace. He hasn't built a refinery for quite a while now. He's on 5. If he doesn't go to 6, I think he's going to get overwhelmed. That warbird dies. Okay. More destructors making their way into the base. Another warbird gets taken out easily by Tempests. Again, Tempests are incredibly powerful anti-air. We do have stealth stalkers. That's interesting. You can't manually target the ground with stalkers. Or with destructors. Even with the splash upgrade, you can never use them like artillery. Ooh, but it does not matter. Ouch. Large proteins cannot detect stealth, but small proteins can, so that will be pretty much all he needs to flush those stalkers out. Some kind of engagement happening here. Doesn't look like it's going very well for the TheMista, who still has not expanded, still operating on only 5 refineries, and he's losing engagements all over the map. UltiBahamut's economy has also stagnated a little bit, but he can afford that. 8 mothers versus 5 refineries. UltiBahamut doesn't really suffer the burden of needing to expand yet. And things are getting rapidly out of control for the TheMista here. Everything's falling apart. Very few hailstorms remain to stop the flow of destructors into the beta base, and if hubs start getting taken out, I think that's going to be the game. We do have expansion happening here in the bottom right. I think that needed to happen a long time ago. Doesn't matter. Well played, being exchanged. UltiBahamut wins. Good game.